Welcome, 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 welcome. Nexus Gaming Series, Division B East. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have got Ground Up with a ETC, Ragnaros, Raynor, Tyrande, and Crab. Right side of the map is going to be the High Inquisitors. In this map number 1 in our third best of 3 of the day, we have got a Butcher, Vala, Kael'thas, Diablo, and a Stukov. So the question that I pose to all of you is, does Butcher get his meat fully stacked? There you go. Will Butcher stack his fresh meat? That's a simple flip of the coin. Totally a flip of the coin. Totally a flip of the coin. Alright, Sentinel at the beginning of the game here is unfortunately not going to connect onto anyone, so maybe that sways your Twitch prediction. A little bit of damage onto the Dragoon right now. Auto attacks from Vala, currently going in Kree to the Hunter level 1. We've got the Chop Meat level 1 for our Butcher, Arsenal Synergy on the Phoenix, ETC Block Party. Tyrande with the Lunar Flare. Lunar Blaze level 1, Killer Fairy a little low. Bandit trying to back away on the Kael'thas. The Phoenix blinks in, and enough auto attack damage will come through. And unfortunately, no way to punish the Dragoon here. In the small rotation, few gems were not picked up, but those are just from getting a kill onto an enemy hero. Diablo goes Feast on Fear level 1. We got Low Blow Stukov, Ragnaros, of course, with the Blast Wave build, and I believe that covers just about every hero here. Oh, Kael'thas with Regeneration Globes level 1. No Convection from Kael'thas, unfortunately. Also, apparently, Nightbot has lost its sub. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is. A little face melt. Overpower from Diablo. Able to pull this ETC out of position, but no follow-up from the allies outside of maybe some autos from Vala. Actually, most of them are still focusing on the wave. Only 18 stacks for Vala currently. Sentinel to scout out if the enemies are on this camp. No one will be seen there. Butcher makes a rotation down towards the Siege Giants. No one on that either. Meat slowly being achieved in the bottom lane. Not the most opportune lane for our Butcher to be in, as he's not unable to do any sort of like double stack or double soak stackage, but I mean, it's slow but effective stacking. He's at 21 currently. Picked up a few gems as well. Another Sentinel to go out. Unfortunately, no connection right there. But it's not like it was Ranger level 1. It was that Lunar Blaze, as I mentioned, so at least it's not like missing value or anything like that. Lurking Arm from Stukov to Zone. He does have the indefinite channel for the time being. Vala with a few autos, getting rid of that shielding on the Dragoon. ETC. A little guitar solo for that block party, right? Oh no, it's just using any basic ability, right, that's right. Or heroic, actually, I just realized. Dragoon goes down. It is a 1-to-1 in kills. Killer Fairy gets a multi-shot out, but doesn't chase the cow. No brisket for the time being, as we have Tuesdays free up against Your Majesty in bottom lane. Looks like Ragnaros is doing okay on this right now. Raynor rotates in. The sustain damage is pretty good. They're going to amp things up with the Inspire, but they can't chase in any further. Drops the Butcher down to 50% HP, and I think that's the end of this little engagement in bottom lane. Auto onto this Kael'thas in the rotation from the Tyrande, but that's really all they're going to have right there. Sentinel goes out, connects onto Killer Fairy. Rotations continue back into double top and mid. Diablo 66 souls so far. Yeah, he hasn't died. It was Kael'thas who died earlier. As I mentioned, it's not Convection. Went into Arcane Barrier level 1, or Mana Attic level 1. Still 10 globes away from that activatable. And 40 meat for our Butcher. 69 souls, nice for the Diablo. Picking up a few more here. He is Life Leech at level 4. ETC able to get that face melt out as he's trying to back away. Vala vaults in. Nyx taking a little bit of damage on the Tyrande, but Tyrande will be fine for the time being. And double soaks continue. Diablo tried to get a little turn in right there. I think maybe trying to bait the enemies to step up. ETC lands the power slide. Killer Fairy able to vault away. Healing Pathogen applied to our Vala as well. And a Flame Strike from Kael'thas going out. ETC waiting to see if he steps up here. Gravity Lapse to try and connect, but no CC onto him. Butcher looking for the channel. Nyx is rotating down, and it's gonna maybe a collapse onto Butcher. Nah, he should be able to get out. Actually, maybe not. The body block is okay. Oh, no, Your Majesty backed away. And Meteor, Meteor, Meteor. Oh, you never run in a straight line! Oh, that's a lot of gems lost. 5, 10, 15, 18 gems or so, I believe, was lost right there. Yikes forever. And not only are a bunch of gems lost, but that's also going to be 15 meat lost upon death. Face smell. Oh, wait, hold on. There's going to be a power slide onto Killer Fairy, but able to vault away. Down to a third of their HP. Majesty stepping up. Bandit. Kael'thas a little bit low here, but he doesn't get taken down. Healing Pathogen spread by Jaws. The Stukov will bolster some of the HP bars here for his allies around. Both teams have an available turn-in. Uh-oh, Jaws is going to take a lot of free damage just trying to get that lurking arm, and unfortunately that will be immediately punished. There's an overpower into Majesty. Vala vaults in, but the face melt from ETC might have been enough space created, and I do think it actually was enough space created for that. Ragnaros to back away. Diablo comes in with a Shadow Charge. He has no Sacrificial Soul. Okay. Good Flame Strike from Kael'thas. Last little bit of damage really needed to burst down the Rainer. It could have been much overkill, right? 109 overkill. Nicely done from Kael'thas. The Butcher charges in, looking to get some more meat here. Lunar Flare from Tyrande slows down Tuesday's free. Diablo with the attempted turn in here. Just trying to throw out the Seabag. Nyx a little low on the left-hand side, but she won't be taking down the Tyrande. Lurking arm down from Stukov as well. I thought I missed the trash can, just threw a teabag on the floor. Fang's able to blink away. Tuesday going down. That's Butcher. More meat lost as ETC will be picked off as well. That's an unfortunate moment for Butcher. Like, it's like, man, could I have at least died after the ETC went down? Because at least then he would have still had 5 meat from the... Because you get 20 from the heroic kill before you cap, and then you lose 15 upon death. So it's like, I mean, if ETC died, it still would have been a net gain of 5, but that is a rough moment. Butcher currently eating some veggie burgers today, some garden burgers. 10 talent tier here on both sides. Planet Cracker, Sulfurous Smash, Hyperion, Mosh Pit, and the Starfall. On the opposing side, Lambda Slaughter, Rain of Vengeance, Phoenix Apocalypse, and Massive Shove. Hyperion from the Rainer to try and zone back the enemies. We currently have a Ragnaros Molten Core in mid, which is the best lane to Molten Core since you can pivot into all 3 lanes. You can actually see those little blue dots. The range, the edge of Molten Core for top lane is right here. So in mid, you can kind of you can poke into top and defend mid with your giant swing, and it's just really, really good pivot point for Ragnaros on this map. I think you also get the same level of value in bottom where you kind of get this arc here as well. Shadow Charge from Diablo. There's a charge in from Butcher as well. Lambda Slaughter onto the Rainer. The Starfall from the Tyrande. The Planet Cracker coming through. It's immediately interrupted by the Apocalypse from Diablo, and that's a whole heckload of a cooldown. Mosh Pit does go on full cooldown as well, 109 seconds, and Planet Cracker, 100-second cooldown in total. It's minimal to no value. Big surprise. All right. Top lane fort does go down. High Inquisitors looking okay here. The only struggle right now is the Butcher meat. He has died twice, so that's 30 meat he's lost. Technically could be at 124. What's up, Monk? How you doing, bud? Lurking arm from the Stukov. The Rain of Vengeance doesn't connect. There's a power slide with that Crowd Surfer level 4. ETC able to get away because of this level 4 Crowd Surfer through terrain. I think he would have made, even without it, I think he would have gotten away, but it would have been sketchy. Definitely some burnt ends for ETC. Oh, sorry, I'm getting hungry today. Burnt ends sound amazing. I have not had those in ages. And they're really not that hard to cook either. Couple auto attacks going into the Phoenix right now. Appreciate the kind words, Monk. Thank you very much. Trying to get to that 100th stack for Vala. She has not died, so she's full Gambit as well with 92 stacks. So she's got the 1% so far, because you start at 0, and you get your first percent at the 50 mark. Who's got the turn-in right now? That's the wrong button, Chris. 18 is on the Butcher, so he'll get a few of those turned in. 114 stacks for a Butcher. He can overcap on that, but the big thing is getting to 200 for the Twitch prediction. Uh-oh, invade onto the camp here. And it's beautifully done. Hyperion from Raynor. There's going to be a Cracker from Phoenix. Lamb to slaughter as Kael'thas actually doubles back through the Planet Cracker, activates the Arcane Barrier. That was a beautiful Saphir smash from our Ragnaros here in mid lane. Snipes the Kael'thas health bar at the end. Killer Fairy trying to back away. And I apologize, I was actually incorrect. The Ragnaros Molten Core from mid, it looked like it only ranged to here, so I guess it hits top and mid, and you don't really get much of bottom. I want to say that the cap of the range was kind of near the objective turn, and we'll have to take a look at that next time he does Molten Core, if he does it in mid as well. Shadow Charge in from Diablo. Lurking Arm out from Stukov as well. No Virulent Reaction level 13. Did go into the It Hungers, so you get the reset. So right now, I think Stukov got a reset off of Raynor right there. And Butcher in bottom lane crashes the wave onto the second structure to go down the left-hand side. Periodic Catapult pressure through top and bottom. DC gets a power slide. Mosh Pit's available, but he's not going to be activating that anytime soon. Does have the Encore level 13, but doesn't he? Drops the Mosh Pit, but it's immediately massively shoved away. We currently have the Apocalypse from Diablo activation. Raynor's taking so much damage. The Rain of Vengeance coming through. Nyx keeping the heals really keeping the health bars, well, I can't find a good word for it. But Nyx was doing an amazing job healing with Tyrande is what I wanted to say. Keeping that Raynor alive. The Sulfur Smash locks down Jaws, and he will be crushed to death by a large hammer. Level 4 Tyrande, honestly. Alun's Chosen. Activate to make Tyrande's basic attack heal target allied hero for 175% of the damage dealt in last 8 seconds. Alun's Chosen. Alun's Chosen is how Raynor stayed alive there, is your answer. Very good Tyrande player from, very good Tyrande plays from Nyx. Ugh, excuse me, trying my best here. By the way, as a reminder, I did see a ping in the Stormgate Discord. Stormgate is back online, and we are going to be doing Stormgate co-op games with viewers. So if you'd like to join, be sure to update your Stormgate. I don't know how long the file update will take, but all I know is that it's live. So if you do want to start updating Stormgate, if you have slower internet, now's a good time to do it if you'd like to join in later. Power slide from ETC, drops the Mosh, but immediately interrupted by a Lurking Arm from Stukov, and the Planet Cracker gets as much value as it always does. Nothing. But Bahamut Planet Cracker and Mosh Pit's a good combination. Yeah, and then you have a Stukov interrupting it every single time, or how about a Diablo, or how about a Kael'thas Gravity Lapse, or how about Vala with Rain of Vengeance, or how about Butcher with a Charge, or a Lamb to Slaughter. There's just so many things that just interrupted immediately. Kael'thas with a Phoenix going to be thrown out that actually does something, zoning the enemy's back. There's a chunk of damage onto this Dragoon, who's able to blink away and avoid the Living Bomb explosion value. The top lane fort does go down, and we're looking at even Stevens on structures. All right, boss is up in the top center of the map, and the question, while we're waiting for these teams to do something, did anyone free Harrison Jones? Unfortunately not. He's still just chilling.
Destroy their constructs. Reclaim the gems of my power.
Wouldn't Butcher Charge be caught by Mosh, though? Lamb to Slaughter. And I'm also talking about Phoenix, too. If you were to charge a Phoenix who's doing a Planet Cracker, it'll interrupt the Planet Cracker, and then he's no longer doing Planet Cracker. So there's that, too. It's like Kira's Unrelenting Strikes. Like, it's a really good heroic that actually does stuff, but it's very, very punishable with CC. Rain of Vengeance down from the Vala. Hyperion summoned by the Raynor. There's a Phoenix out from the Kael'thas. Phoenix Fangs is getting low here, has to back away. Raynor goes down. The Yamato Cannon will get one more shot into mid lane fort. Doesn't even need it right now because the Webweaver does take down the structure. Vala vaulting away from that blast wave of Ragnaros. ETC drops a pretty big Mosh. Sulfur Smash coming through. and Kael'thas doesn't have the CC this time, Stukov will randomly die to some damage. Meanwhile, ETC gets put in a corner, and it looks like Diablo is the one to put someone into a corner. Butcher has that Rage level 16 activation. You kind of heard that grunt from him, or that growl. Rain of Vengeance denied by a overpower from Diablo. But all in all, I mean, it's a 1 for 4. I'm pretty sure someone in chat was starting to type like, see, Bahamut, it's not that bad. You just got to land a 4-person mosh. And then now they just lost 4 people. So, yeah, totally good. Charging an enemy, becoming unstoppable, and gaining movement speed. If Butcher reaches the target, they are stunned for 1 second and take 241 scaled damage. Butcher, by the way, is fully stacked on meat. He's at 210 currently. So we'll pay out the people at the end of the game. Lunar Sentinel from Toronto looking for some enemies, but that is going to be a ping on to boss that'll be like, oh, look at that, they're on boss. And they're probably going to go for a turn in here as well. Pina Colada needs to get away. The Shadow Charge from Diablo does connect. There's going to be the charge in from our Butcher as the ETC is locked between some enemies. Gets the power slide away. Diablo once again closing the distance with another Shadow Charge, and ETC goes down. This time we're having prime rib for lunch. See, Planet Cracker got value. It killed 5 players. Oh, yeah. On the allied side. I mean, you know what, Zoran? If you want to look at it that way, by all means, look at it that way, my friend. Just, maybe you should turn down the copium levels on your tank. You're at about a 10. You need to be at about a 6.5. 20 talents here on the right-hand side soon. 220 stacks for our Butcher. The waves in top, mid, and bottom have all been pushed up. Mid lane fort, though. Excuse me. Drank a little too much tea too quickly. Mid lane fort will be the priority in this siege. Fort does go down. We also do have the slaughterhouse for our Butcher. Farflight Quiver for the Vala, so she has max hatred. She outranges structures. We've got a Flamethrower Kael'thas, as well as the top-off Stukov and Hellgate Diablo. Hyperion is not available for 41 more seconds for Raynor, so can't throw that out. Molten Core trying to clear things out in mid and will be able to do so, but meanwhile the Butcher in bottom lane is able to push things up. There's the edge of the range of Molten Core, but it does expire, and still half a level to go for 20 talents here. I wonder what Ragnaros will go into. Maybe he goes into Heroic Might for the cooldown reduction, or maybe Submerge for the safety. Honestly, Submerge would not be bad for the safety up against Butcher and stuff, and you also get a little extra healing. Or sustainability. Web Weavers will end. Starfall does make sure of that. ETC face melts the enemies. Does get cooldown reduction on Mosh Pit from that Encore level 13, but already had it off a cooldown. Mosh Pit, Sulfurous Smash, and Cracker are available. The Sulfurous Pit, Cracker. Nah, I thought I had something there. Yo, what's up, Dan? How you doing, bud? But they needed a mana reset, so it all worked out. Yeah. Anytime something bad goes happen and you didn't intend to die, you just needed mana. Or as I have learned to say in Predecessor, I just needed to buy an item. What's up, Clock? Good to see you, bud. Sentinel scouts out this camp being grabbed, but doesn't look like they're going to step out just yet. We do have the Hadouken upgrade. We have the Armageddon Beam. And you also reduce the cooldown by 40 seconds. Baseline, if you don't know, is 100. And there are very few, so you might be like, but Bahamut, that says 60. There are very few tooltips in Heroes of the Storm that update based on talent picks you take. This is one of the few of them. So baseline, it's 100, but since the 20 was taken, it does actually update the tooltip. This doesn't happen to everything. There's a couple tooltips that do this, don't do this. I can't think of examples, but that exists. Anyways, Toronto with the Shooting Star. We've got Raiders roll for Raynor. We do have the Submerge for Ragnaros for that extra safety, and Death Metal ETC. Is it Thursday or Friday in the United States? It is currently Thursday. For me, it's noon. I'm on the west coast of the United States, so on the east coast, it's currently 15 or 3 p.m. I am 9 hours behind Central European time. Yeah, because you guys aren't on summer anymore, are you? Or are you on summer still? I forget when if it changed. CET or CEST, whichever it is, but still. Killer Fairy gets the vault away. Planet Cracker, Armageddon Beam. Wow. It's doing so much damage that ETC is the one dying. Drops the Mosh with like 200 HP. If Vala gets decimated, the Apocalypse takes down the ETC, the Death Metal. Not able to find any value. Butcher charging in onto the Dragoon. There's going to be a Lamb to Slaughter, which catches two. And that'll be a double kill for Butcher. More meat to pick up. Even more meat to pick up as Ragnaros, the lone defender, heads towards top to Hearth out. But this is looking like the call to end through bottom for the side of the High Inquisitors. Oh, it still is summer. Okay, so it's CEST then, yeah. It literally snowed in the mountains yesterday. Like, I went for a walk with Bandit this morning, and I was looking up at the mountains, and there's a mountain range that's at 10,000 feet elevation, and that mountain had snow at the top. The mountain that was at 9,000 elevation didn't. But it had a little bit. I did see, like, little, like, white patches, so... At about 10K elevation feet, which is, like, almost 2,000 meter... we got snow last night, but nothing at lake level, unfortunately. GG, well played, High Inquisitors. We'll take map number 1. You have 18 to 21 degrees right now. I'm assuming in Celsius. That's actually really warm still. Well, that's warm for me. Today it's like... we had like a dip in our temperature. It was 10 Celsius yesterday, or about 50 degrees. Today is about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like about 15 Celsius or so. Maybe close to 16, like maybe like 15 point something. And then for the upcoming week, it's going to get back into the 70s, which is like 21, 22, somewhere in there Celsius. Probably closer to like 23.
Prepare yourself for battle. Heroes.
Welcome back into the Nexus Gaming Series Division B East matchup. On the left-hand side, we have Ground up with a Raynor, Mal'Ganis, Dahaka, Whitemane, and Jaina. I said I wanted more Jaina earlier, and we're getting it. Right side of the map is going to be the High Inquisitors. We've got a Kael'thas, Garrosh, Stukov, Vala, and Zul. Vala's going to go into Creed Hunted level 1. That is your Twitch gamble.
10 seconds.
And we get more Kael'thas as well. Will he go Convection? Will you take the proper level 1, or are you going to go for the boring Arcane? It's going to be the Arcane Barrier level 1, of course it is. It's going to be Mana Addict, of course. Why else would you go for anything else realistically? Unless you're playing ARAMs. You're surprised that it was pet-friendly. I'm used to resorts not being pet-friendly. Huh, I mean... Most resorts out here are very pet-friendly, but it's California, so... Like, we have the gondola, not the type that go in the river, the type that are up in the air off the cable cars. Those are also called gondolas. I've literally been in one with a dog. Like, owner came in with a dog, was like, hey, can I join you? And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. And I was, because in the winter you can do sightseeing, you can also do sightseeing in the summer too, but... No joke, in the winter, like, I was going up on the gondola, because that was the only access at that time, in the early season, and someone walked up and was just like, can I jump in here? Are you cool with the dog? And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. And the dog was chill the entire time. Nice toss from Garrosh. They step up into Fangs. The auto attack still raining, and multi-shot anything. Killer Fairy, no! 29 HP, almost going down to tower shots right there, trying to greed for that kill. As Killer Fairy will Hearth out, and it looks like, they didn't have enough mana for multi-shot or anything like that. Got it, okay. Too low on the mana bar to be able to get that ability for the kill in bottom. Raynor's still chilling. He did tap well, it looks like, and looks like he also did maybe activate his heal. Yeah, he still has 95 seconds on that well tap. How do you like Deadlock? I love it. I absolutely love it. Between Predecessor and Deadlock, I am hooked on new games. Pretty much Tuesday morning, we do like a few hours of Heroes, and then we do Deadlock, and then Wednesdays have been... I literally played 7 hours of Predecessor yesterday. I did not mean to play 7 hours of Predecessor yesterday, but I did, and I had such a good time. Majesty in top lane, up against Jaws. Looks like they're going to be just having a little back and forth here, but Jaws will be able to push things up a bit faster since he has those skeletons for extra siege value. Okay.
Gather tribute and earn my favor.
Not a game for you. I mean, that's video games are subjective. Not every video game's for everybody. Not everyone wants to play as, you know, a Souls-like. Not everyone wants to play a farming sim. You can give me any Souls-like, and I'm like, cool, I'll give it a try. You give me a farming sim, and I'm like, I would like to take a nap, please. Just not for me, you know? Everyone's different. Some people can sit there and play hours and hours of not IQ, iRacing, which is the, like the F1 stuff that people can do. I don't care about iRacing at all. So, you know, enjoy what you want to enjoy. Flame strike out from Kael'thas. Majesty trying to get away from all of this. Does manage to do a little loop-de-loop around this objective area. First one of the game. Mal'Ganis with the big Night Rush. There are a few enemies. The drag from Dahaka lands on the Killer Fairy, who's able to vault away. That's going to be a lot of damage onto this Jaina. She does go down. First blood over to the side of the High Inquisitors, who ironically don't have the white bait in this game. It's like an FPS, you'll play... I mean, as I said, I mean, if it's a third-person FPS MOBA. I guess it's a TPS, third-person shooter. But I mean, the way that I say it is, it's if Dota 2 and Team Fortress 2 had a baby, that's what Deadlock would be. It is your third-person shooter MOBA. And I heavily disagree with anyone that's like, it's like Overwatch. It is very far from Overwatch. Very far. I mean, here's a good example. Here's a good comparison out the gate. Overwatch, you can change characters mid-match. You can't do that in Deadlock. There's XP and XP denial in Deadlock. That doesn't exist in Overwatch. Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis. Little toss into the corridor here. Garrosh looking for the potential body block, but it doesn't work out. Nice combination attempt, like, into the corridor, lurking arms so he couldn't use Night Rush to get away. It just, Mal'Ganis couldn't get the wall off in time, to use RTS terms. Flame Strike from Kael'thas will get a little bit of damage. Big Night Rush into a few enemies. There's going to be a Bone Prison onto our Rainer, but it seems like he's able to get away. He's going to Inspire here. Spectral Scythe gets a hit. Killer Fairy with the channel. And it looks like no interrupt in time from Jaina or... excuse me, or Dahaka. Night Rush onto 3. Mal'Ganis just trying to back away. Living Bomb does apply. I don't have the skills for that. I'm too old. No, don't say that. No one's too old to learn how to play a video game. Nobody. It's all just dedication to what you want to spend your time learning. Nice kill from Garrosh right there as they step up into the Dahaka. Is there a toss? Doesn't look like it. Bone Prison on the Majesty, but your Majesty will be fine. Another objective phase, third one of the game, could be going over to the side of the High Inquisitors. They could be looking for a blackout, or a, not a blackout, a Raven Lord Curse, there we go, and lock down these structures. Well, camp on the right over here will be finished out. We have our objective phase ready to go. 10 talent here on both sides. Oh, Water Elemental. We actually have the adaptation for Dahaka. We'll also be seeing a Hyperion availability. There's going to be a Carrion Swarm from Mal'Ganis. And Water Elemental for our Jaina as the Vala vaults around. Azul with the kill into Mal'Ganis. The Water Elemental cleared away, and Bandit, the Kael'thas, gets the channel. I think they tried to tag boss, but you don't need to tag camps during Cursed Hollow because they don't disappear. Some maps, the objective despawns camps, like Tomb of the Spider Queen or Battlefield of Eternity. But like on the opposing side, Infernal Shrines, you can have the Punisher pushing a lane and someone could be like, I don't feel like this Punisher's gonna get value. I want to get an Impaler camp. Because I watched one YouTube video and this is how you play Storm League. You know? Is this a new series on YouTube? No, this is a live series on Twitch. Warlord's Challenge coming out, as we do have our white main going down, unable to get any value or any healing for the allies. There's the Scarlet Aegis, the Groundbreaker connects, the Warbreaker finished out. No toss from Garrosh available to pull white main out of position. She's able to disengage. Bottom lane fort will go down. Currently have Majesty in top lane, clearing things out. Minions will be able to take down the gate, and bottom lane siege was pretty good. Boss is available if they want to go for this on the side of the High Inquisitors. They don't have any sort of talent tier advantage, but they are close to level 13. Maybe they feign for this? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. 77 stacks for our Vala currently. Boss was checked by White Mane Searing Lash. Mal'Ganis steps into the bush, finds Garrosh. Fell Claws with the stun at the end. And that's all that really connects right there. You have that aura, I forget where the aura's coming from. It's the level 1 aura. That's why you're seeing that little purple around some of the allies around Mal'Ganis. It's going to be Mal'Ganis heals for 30% of the physical damage dealt, and nearby ally heroes heal for 15% of the physical damage dealt. So, nice little tour right there for sustainability. The Night Rush coming out from Mal'Ganis. He's going to be hit with a Rain of Vengeance. Blue Abyss getting really low here. There's going to be a toss from Garrosh, and though Scarlet Aegis is going to save this Jaina. She does have the Zeal applied, so White Mane damage is healing her up a little bit. Boss is going to be fully leashed as you see it rapidly rise to full HP. Leashed one too many times, and on the third, it is going to just jump all the way back up. We'll have 13 talent here on the right, and that looks like it's going to be the call to disengage from the side of Ground Up. And are they looking at boss again? No, they're going to go for bottom lane wave. Okay. Next tribute point's going to be in the bottom right of the map. And realistically, I'd love to see Ground Up go ahead and just clear out waves, push things back, get some simple camps. Granted, I say that, and both these camps are still down for the next minute to 45 seconds. Rainer in mid. Penetrating round into Garrosh, who was stepping up. Indomitable probably is available. Doesn't look like he wanted to utilize it there. Stepping in. Yeah, it is available. Alright, Blizzard down from the Jaina. Clears out the wave. They push things up. The Night Rush finds Mal'Ganis. Little Cone of Cold thrown out as well. I actually don't think that hit. And our Jaina, by the way, her baseline on the improved ice block or the frostbite is going to be at 5,255 out of 12,000. That's a carry and swarm interrupted by the lurking arm, and Pina Colada will be taken down. This will be another tribute point on the right-hand side. Killer Fairy gets the channel. Now they're going to ping for boss. Dahaka's already back into top lane. I'm assuming he's brush stock to get up here. No, he just looks like the Mal'Ganis went down, and he just immediately sped his way all the way to top. The Warlord Challenge from Garrosh coming out, the Lurking Arm from Stukov as well. And that will be White Mane going down. Toss in to the Phoenix from Kael'thas, as that is Rainer able to get away. The Flailing Swipes helping out a little bit there. But still, a triple kill in total goes over to the left-hand side. Another tribute spawning. Actually, no, this one's still up and available, but I think a boss call will be coming through from the side of the High Inquisitors. You just uploaded one or two of this on YouTube. Yes, I upload videos that I've casted on YouTube. I'm not understanding the question, my friend. I've had daily YouTube videos going up for like the last year straight. I think I missed like 3 days in total of the last year plus. Ball on the right-hand side, top right over here is going to be working on boss. Bottom lane boss is going to be cleared away. It's going to get some siege value over in the bottom. And we've got just about every heroic up except for Hyperion. 28 seconds to go on that. Boss and top lane grabbed. It is going to take down top lane fort, I do believe. There should be enough health on that bad boy about 12 minutes in. Actually, it's an 11-minute boss because we just are rolling through that 12-minute mark in game time. $16 on the right-hand side, 15 still to come, but it's 7-0 in kills. Bush party setup. Zool shows in mid. Yeah. Okay, yeah. The entire team is up over here. No, most of the team is up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 up in top lane. So it's like, all right, yeah, no Bush party to be needed. We're gonna go ahead and just grab this objective and push into mid. Raynor is arriving through mid. Maybe setting up an angle for the Hyperion. Decides to back away the Groundbreaker. Garrosh can't get the toss.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
And that is boss in top lane. I said I was going to get top keep, but I was very wrong. It's going to be still at, or top fort, it's going to be 1,431 HP on that.
Face my curse. The choice is simple.
And here comes our next tribute. Top center of the map, and man, oh man, the members of Ground Up, they really need to find a way to start chewing up the enemy team a bit here, because as I mentioned, 0-7 in kills, a whole level lead. Talent tiers are the same. Whoa, that was a good check of the bush with the elongated tongue, level 16 from Dahaka. Almost finds Garrosh, as now Dark Swarm active, no Groundbreaker combo. We currently have Mal'Ganis trying to Night Rush in, hit with a Rain of Vengeance from Vala. Poison Nova activation of the Zool on the bottom left of the engagement. Chunks onto the Raynor who summons the Hyperion. There's going to be a Scarlet Aegis from our white man. The Mal'Ganis Felclaws are coming out. He's got blind as a bat to try and back away. He actually enters back into the fight and tries to get the Carrion Swarm afterwards. Just a little too late right there. Trying to heal up off of that. Toss into the lurking arm of Stukov. He's got those resets from the 8 Hungers, and things are falling apart on the side of Ground Up as it looks like Jaws is going to get hit with a drag. There's going to be a root onto Dahaka. He had no burrow and no adaptation. Curse onto the right-hand side. Nick's going to get chased here. Killer Fairy almost gets the vault kill. Manticore level 16. That's a lurking arm from Stukov. Low blow. Could have gotten the kill, but Nyx was already kind of on the edge of that, so no kill for Stukov. But in total, it's going to be a quadra kill. Curse over to the right-hand side. Bottom lane keep is going to be absolutely mutilated by this minion wave. Mid keep goes down. Vala still chasing in that Manticore chunk and forces Mal'Ganis back into the Hall of Storms. This is going to be mid lane wave crashing onto the core. The shielding is dropped. There's going to be a Phoenix out from Kael'thas. Multi-shots from Vala. Zool looking for a root potentially here. Scarlet Aegis from the white man. It's Carrion Swarm will not be interrupted by those felling swipes. Now Mal'Ganis out of the Carrion Swarm, hit with a Gravity Lapse. Living Bomb applied. Felclaws find the stun they're looking for. That's going to be blind as a bat going in. Rooted by the Zool. They actually find the drag onto Stukov, and it's going to be core at 50%. The objective is going to end here. 47% actually on this core, and it's not GG. It is looking like there's a defense that's set up and will be had by the side of Ground Up. Enjoy your Tuborg, my friend. Enjoy. Cheers. I still got some tea before I have a beer later on. Even then, I'm only gonna have like a beer, maybe 2. But I'm not really drinking a lot this week. Actually, in general. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays have been my best days to just not have anything at all. Saves a bit of money. It's a bit healthier. Also, I want to drop a little bit of weight before we get into the winter season. Like a 5-10 pounds would be nice. Get back down to like 150. Which is like, I don't know, 11 stones. I learned recently that it's I think it's every 14 pounds is 1 stone, I believe. Because everyone measures things in stones. All right, 20 talents here on the right-hand side. Not Manticore, Farflight Quiver. We've got the Decrepify, or the Mortal Wound for our Zool, as well as the top off. We'll see the Titanic Might and the Flamethrower. On the opposing side, it's the Wintermute, Apex Predator. We'll see the Seeker Swarm, Raiders Roll, as well as the Scarlet Crusade. Here comes a Rainer Hyperion. Boss is maybe going to be stolen away. Dahaka gets on the point, but he's thrown off, and the Flailing Swipes help out as well. Jaws a little bit low, trying to get away from the Rainer Strife damage. Rainer does go down. Jaina will fall as well. A Night Rush from Mal'Ganis. The Flame Strike in the corridor takes down this white main, as Dahaka on the right-hand side is going to try and make something work, but it's looking like he's going to be thrown back into the Lurking Arm. Majesty will be taken down. That is going to be a game.
Team kill!
And it is the members of the High Inquisitors moving in through bottom lane.
Blue team's core is under attack.
We measure in kilograms? I don't know what kilograms are. What about stones? All right, the High Inquisitors, they will be able to take map number 2, and it's going to be a quick 2-0 for our right side team. GG, well played. We have kilo and kilogram in Denmark, not stone. Well, what? Oh, we got to measure by just Denmark rules now? There's actually 3 maps. Well,
Miss.
you have many stones in your yard. Stones are typical for UK.
That's the joke.
Big Tuna Time. Thank you for the follow during the game. I missed that, but thank you very much, bud. Vala had 170 stacks, so we'll pay out the people for that one. You have to go? Alright, thanks for hanging out with us, Jan. See you next time. Don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you got Prime Gaming, so be sure to use your Prime here. Left-hand side, in technically map number 2, is going to be the members of Ground Up. It is going to be a Phoenix, Johanna, Ragnaros, Alexstrasza, Jaina. On the right-hand side, it's going to be the High Inquisitors, Falstad, Muradin, Tassadar, Tyrael, and Ariel.
The battle begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
Alrighty. We got ourselves Arsenal Synergy, Live and Let Live. So we got a James Bond, Alexstrasza at the start here. Auto attacks for Falstead. Currently have our Ardent Defender for, or Ardent Restoration, excuse me, for our Tyrael right there. Tassadar holding level 1. Muradin with his third wind level 1 here, and Tassadar will go into Shock Ray, Static Charge. Shia Glare coming out. And we'll see Mortar Punisher coming up in the bottom lane for our first objective. Blizzard down from the Jaina. Little Ice Lance out as well. Tassadar trying to beam up a few enemies. Force Wall goes down. Ariel with the hat onto the Tassadar. Does manage to get a little bit of extra energies. Wow, actually the Righteous Assault right there. Excuse me, the Sacred Sweep right there, building up a bunch of extra damage. Righteous Assault, I was wondering if it actually had any extra energy gain, but no, just it was a big ol' slap from Killer Fairy right there. More energy being built up. And we'll have Falstad and Ragnaros kind of doing a little bit of double soak duty. Auto attack build for Falstad. I'm a little surprised, especially against the Johanna. I would have liked to see a Q build Falstad here, just to be able to get faster wave clear. Especially if this is going to be a solo lane Falstad. Just probably needs the faster clear with the boomerang scaling. Though, if you also mention too, I mean, on the counterpoint of it all, there's not really a ton of stacking Falstad can do, except off of his stepped off the Ragnaros right there. So there's the duality of the situation. But when it gets down to team fights, I really do feel like the Falstad might have a bit of a struggle up against the Johanna, who did go double shield glare level 1. Stormbolt into the Dragoon. Fangs is able to warp away. Railer Camp throwing some spears in. Jaw's a little low here. What do we got level 4 for Falstad? He's actually gonna go barrel roll, range increase! As well as that indefinite shielding. Oh my god, I thought Falstad was gonna float in the same direction as that Molten, or of the shifting meteor. You never wanna run in a straight line against a Ragnaros, especially in the disengage. You wanna zig and zag. They'll never expect that. Shock Ray out from Tassadar, clearing out mid lane wave. Currently have this left camp will be grabbed as well. Right side camp being worked on. Subdue. Alright. Auto attack build with the Divine Vigor for our Tyrael. And there's the Border Punisher over in bottom lane. 7 talent here almost here on both sides. We have the Electric Fence for Tassadar. The best questing talent at level 4 for Tassadar. That is a joke. Shock Ray going in. A little Sonic Storms as well. Detainment Strike out from the Ariel. Full bar of healing. Murden Dwarf tosses in. Big Blizzard down from the Jaina as well. Falstad flies down into bottom. This is going to be a handful of damage. Friend to the right-hand side. The Detainment Strike to try and push back the enemy. 1 stack of repeated defense. Blue Abyss trying to get away. Throws the Eldruin's Might down, but that's not even a really good spot to land either. There's just no good direction for Tyrael to go. Now, 18, 17, 16. No death timer reduction from his trait. And that will be a double kill on the left-hand side and Objective Phase to ground up. Top lane wave is going to continue pushing in. Fallen Shaman getting value. Actually, the Fallen Shaman got targeted by one of the towers, but still got some decent siege over here. We'll have a little PvP action as Fangs chases Bandit, but it looks like Bandit's got the elusive zoomies. There you go. Able to zoom on out of that one. That's a dog reference. Currently have our fort front gate being taken down. Detainment Strike to push back the enemies. Really good siege in through the bottom lane. There's going to be a condemn from the Johanna. And the Dragoon continues to push top lane, actually. And Fangs will get one of the towers down, the fort front gate. Does look like there's the target acquired. Oh, wait, no. Did he have the auto attack speed buff? No. AC attacks against slowed heroes with repeater cannon grant 10% movement speed for 4 seconds. I thought for some reason that there was the, is it Warp Warfare where you get the faster auto attacks after warping? It just seemed like the Dragoon auto attack speed was increased right there, but that's not the case. I got juked. Shield glares from the Johanna as they step over to this camp. Gonna try and steal it away. A little bit of healing debuff. Falstad flies down. Looking at Nyx on that Alexstrasza, but it's Your Majesty who's the one who's gonna be taken down here. 2 for 2 for kills as Ragnaros is gonna be a puddle of lava for the next 18 seconds. And here we go into another objective phase in mid lane coming up in about, I'd say about a minute or so, actually. I was a little early on that call there, now that I realize it. Punisher didn't go down too long ago. And we'll have those 10s at the top of the screen, so we cycle through the other numbers. 14 stacks for our Falstad, 18 regeneration globes on our Tyrael. I think Tassadar is like 65 stacks or something like that, as this is frozen. I think I already mentioned that. I didn't look at the Falstad level 4 or level 7, but I think he went into Boomerang for the faster wave clear. And that also will be synergistic with the Tassadar to be able to get the armor debuff onto enemies as well, the spell armor debuff. Okay. The Stormbolt, Detainment Strike. Yeah, I'll just have to edit this video. It's all right. It's a little bit more work on my end, but I'll just have to edit this series to make it look like a best of 3 in the right order, which it's gonna get spoiled either way, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll make it work. I don't know how the NGS uploads are, but it is what it is. It's whatever. We'll move on. Shock ray out from the Tassadar as well. Mario trying to back away. Muradin with the Dwarf Toss out. Throws the Stormbolt back. Falstead does go down in the top lane. Looks like the Dragoon was, like, really low over here, so dove in deep for that potential kill. How much overkill was there on Falstead? Let's take a look here really quickly. Looks like it was, so it was, yeah, literally just repeater cannon and stuff like that, just chasing in. Alright, Condemn clears out the wave. We get top left camp. We'll get top right camp as well. And we didn't talk about heroics because we got some fun, unique heroics here. We've got a Salvo, Falling Sword, Sulfur Smash, Cleansing Flame, and Water Elemental. On the opposing side, it's a Judgment, Tyrael, Crystal Aegis, Black Hole Tassadar, Haymaker for the Muradin, and a Gust Falstead. Does Falling Sword have a slow on it? No, it doesn't. I didn't think it did. And this is only slows, right? It's not, stuns don't matter? Yeah, slowed targets. But Jaina has a baseline slow. I think this does as well. No, it doesn't. Salvo goes out and gets tons of value. Oh my god, wow. What a great heroic. It zoned the enemy there for a moment. And it is Alexstrasza Dragon Queen, which I think is kind of the big thing to worry about. But that has expired. Muradin Dwarf Toss is in. Looking to punish onto the Jaina, who is going to get hit with a Judgment from Tyrael, but the Falling Sword from Johanna allows Jaina to have a little bit more mobility. Excuse me. Crystal Aegis denies the Sulfur Smash. Tassadar trying to get out of here. Detainment Strike into the wall. Doesn't even matter. Ragnaros will go down to Tassadar. Punisher does go over to the left-hand side. Ground Up are going to maybe ground up this Ariel. No. Looks like she'll be able to back away just fine. Shock Rays out from Tassadar. Currently have the Punisher locking down some enemies with those Frost Novas. The Stormbolt does connect into the Jaina as well. She'll step into the healing circle of Alexstrasza. More Shock Rays out from Tassadar. Got to be careful of that later talent Thermal Lance for the big burst damage. Yo! Speaking of burst damage, that is revenge for earlier. As Falstad is able to get a kill. Jaws is stepping way too, floating way too close to the enemies there. We'll back away. And 13s are here on both sides. Jaina's actually going to go into the Frost, the Storm front, so increase the cast range of Blizzard by 75% and the radius by 30%. Remember when Jaina used to only have 2 drops of Blizzard and you had to take a talent to make a 3rd wave of Blizzard happen? And then, no joke, they baseline like, this is ages ago. We're talking like Karazim release time. Like, this is a long time ago. I remember they changed it so that Jaina baseline had 3 waves of Blizzard, and literally I would be in comms with friends, like we'd finish work and we'd play quick match or whatever. And no joke, we'd have to, like, every day remind each other, like, don't forget, Jaina's got 3 waves now. Because, like, you'd wait for the 2 waves and then step up or do something, and you're like, oh yeah, right, 3rd wave, yeah. Oh, the good old days of early HOTS. Kerrigan had Sprint. Yo, what's up, Bag? Bandit plays for an NGS team? Yeah, he does better than I do. Good to see you, bud. I hope you're having a great week. Hope you're doing well. Judgment from the Tyrael coming in onto Majesty. There's going to be a Gust to push the back, but the Falling Sword doesn't really allow that to happen. Huge Condemn from the Johanna. That's going to be a Sulfur Smash perfectly timed out with the Crystal Aegis, and Falstad does go down. Now Majesty is looking to step in. The Haymaker pushing this Ragnaros around, but doesn't find the kill. The Condemn from the Johanna. There's going to be a Salvo, and oh my god, it didn't do anything once again. It's going to actually be Bandit still backing away. Tassadar gets a big chunky heal from the Ariel, and the Force Wall goes out. The Shock Ray poking, but poking is the right word for that. Next objective will be Arcane in the top lane. Shouldn't be too far off from an announcement. Blizzard down from the Jaina. Snuck out of work early today. Oh, nice. Nice. Enjoy. As a Malfurion one-trick pony, I miss him having a real cleanse and life seed kappa. Oh, but you don't miss Drone? Malfurion Drone was such a good talent. Remember, the Scouting Drone. Such a fantastic tool. Falstad barrels away from this Dragoon. Doesn't want to step up into that. Doesn't want to find the sustained fight. 30 regeneration globes for the Tyrael, 145 shock ray stacks on our Tassadar, 27 stacks for our Falstead, 8.8k out of 12 for our Jaina Frostbite, the improved ice block, and 16 talent here, pretty close for both sides. 4 to 4 in kills. Or like Uther could cast his heroics when he was dead. In the good old days of Falstead Shock and Awe. Or Tyrael used to have a talent. What was it? Even in Death was the talent. And then there was the HGC Open Division debacle about that. Where it was like the argument of whether or not the player intentionally did like the death the even in death sort of bug or whatever it was, which is like insanely hard to do. Tassadar, or excuse me, Phoenix and Falstad will be traded here. Condemn from the Johanna. Majesty stepping out. Sulfurous Smash will be denied by the Crystal Aegis this time. Alex draws a Cleansing Flame to try and bolster the health bar of Pina Colada. Can they get the kill still? And absolutely, Tassadar. I said Thermal Lance is something to be scared of. Shock Ray deals an additional 8% of the maximum health as damage the first year it hits. Please buff Arthas used it. I don't think it was Please buff Arthas. I want to say it was like an NA Open Division team, like Chew 8 or something like that. And I remember there was like a whole thing, and basically like they did utilize the bug, but it wasn't on purpose. Like it was 100% by accident that they used the Even in Death bug, which I forget what it was exactly, but I just remember being an NA Open Division team, or not, maybe it wasn't Open Division, but I remember being in like an NA team, and I'm pretty sure the whole debacle happened on like Sky Temple around a boss fight. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. Because, like, Please Buff Arthas was, like, an SCA team. And we rarely ever saw them outside of, like, we would see them at, like, BlizzCon and, like, major events. They would always qualify. But usually got knocked out. They'd either get knocked out before the bracket phase, or they get knocked out, like, immediately in the bracket phase. They never made it very far, unfortunately. Falstad starts working on a camp for mid lane on the left-hand side. We will be having Punisher over in top lane continue to achieve some structural value. Johanna eats the jump with the Iron Skin. Tyrael jumped in. He does have the Sword of Justice for that double back, or the reactivation of the teleport for our Druids. Astral Authority, that's right. That's right. Astral Authority, that sounds familiar, yep. Blizzard down from Jaina. I'll never forget the whole, like, Chew 8 thing, where basically he signed up for HCC Open Division or whatever. He, like, not really carried his team because the players were good, but, like, he was the main star of that team. And then literally, ooh, that Gust is going to pull the Tyrael out of position. The Salvo comes out as well. But literally, no joke, like, Chew 8 made it into HCC and he goes, I don't really have the time to practice. I don't have the motivation to do this. I'd rather just be a streamer. And then, like, dipped out. Basically, like, and then everyone was like, yo, he just carried this team into, like, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, there was that debacle, too. Majesty trying to get away. The Stormbolt doesn't connect. They're looking to chase onto him, and I think they should get the kill into Ragnaros. Once again, a puddle of lava found on the ground. This is enjoyable to watch. Makes me want to go play HOTS. I was getting shit on ARAM yesterday. Oh, okay, Monk, first of all, enjoy what you want to enjoy. And there's a great setting in Heroes of the Storm where you can turn off your chat. If anyone gets upset in ARAMs, they need to go read a book or go play a different game because it's ARAMs. Yes, there's totally a meta. Yes, all this and that. But ARAMs are for fun. If you want to take ding build Thrall, go for it. You want to take all the dumb talents on Raynor, go for it. ARAMs are for fun. And you're always going to get salty, sweaty buttholes in any mode of any game. Enjoy it. And just turn off chat. Heck 'em. Judgment from Tyrael. There's a Stormbolt. I leave my chat on so people can see all the dumbness people say in ARAM so we can laugh about it on stream. That's honestly the only reason I still have it on. Ragnaros pops Molten Core in top lane, trying to dissuade the enemy team who does have 20 talents here. Shield of Hope. We've got the Judgment upgrade from from Tyrael. Force Barrier Tassadar, which is an insane range. Rewind from Muradin. No Grand Slam and Wind Tunnel Falstad. Ragnaros Molten Core will expire here. There's going to be a Stasis for Jaina. The Judgment from Tyrael. She was cleansed by the Falling Sword of that Johanna as the Black Hole from Tassadar does get thrown out. Shield of Hope activated by the Ariel right there. That was kind of the AoE sort of bright light you saw, and a bunch of shielding bars jump up right there. On the flip side, if you're having fun at the expense of your teammates, you're a dick. Well, I mean, like, it's you know, like, it's hard to say. Like, do I want to take Drain build Gul'dan, or can I take Pursuit of, you know, or do I just go Q build? Q build is better in ARAMs for sure, but Drain build is fun. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's all relative. Telling people to chill out? Oh, I never tell people to chill. The most I ever say is, homie, it's ARAM. I just like to point out the fact that it's ARAM. It's just, it's that simple. Wind Tunnel from the Falstad isolates this Ragnaros. The Judgment from Tyrael triggers the unconquered spirit of this Phoenix, and they will not be taken down. No subdone by the Johanna here as the Sulfur Smash will miss onto a few enemies. The Cleansing Flame from Alex Raza does snipe this Ariel right at the end. The Cleansing Flame, the Alex Raza drops down. She wants to take down Bandit, and two autos actually get that kill. Nyx will be able to wind buffet away the Muradin. And now that's Jaina. I don't think she has an ice block available. She's trying to avoid the damage. Falling Sword from the Johanna. As it looks like Muradin and Tyrael have disengaged from this engagement. What a good phrasing. Have disengaged from this fight, and that will be triple kill as well for the side of Ground Up. You have to start the sentence with it, Ninja. It has to be the first word. Drain build against 3 stitches. Yeah, no, you're fair on that. You're fair on that. Hi, would you like to lock yourself in place against 3 people that can hook you? Sure, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I mean, it's all relative. It's all relative. I mean, you could also be the most god tier Gul'dan in the world, and maybe you can make it work, but yeah. There can be situations where you really don't want to take certain things. But there's also situations where you take a hero in ARAM and it's just like, I can't do anything. There have been games in ARAM where it's just like, oh, the enemy team has a bunch of ranged characters and I have melee. I'm not going to be able to do anything. So there are those situations too where it's like, it kind of doesn't matter what you take because you're never going to step up. Anytime you do, the Chromie and Jaina are going to drop 2 different types of spell damage on you and you just die. So those are the games where I'm like, just have fun. It's whatever. You're going to lose. Yeah, never take W build Falstad. I don't care if you finish your stacks. I don't care if you're the best Falstad player in the world. Never take W build Falstad. If you are the best Falstad player in the world, you know not to take W build. Ugh. Alright, Muradin Dwarf tossing away. Stormbolt thrown back. Aldruin's Might thrown down on the ground. And it looks like the members of the High Inquisitors will back away. Alrighty, next Punisher, Frozen in the bottom lane. Ground Up. They are behind in structures. It's 3-5, 9-12 in kills. 20 Talonteers are here on both sides. Water Elemental summoned by the Jaina here. Falling Sword from the Johanna as well. A Hammering from Falstad. Judgment from the Tyrael. Is Unconquered Spirit available? It looks like it keeps triggering or something. Some shielding does keep applying right there. That's going to be a stasis onto Killer Fairy. Unfortunately, Ragnaros does time out that Self-Fear Smash perfectly. There's a salvo. Ragnaros getting another kill right there. Majesty, caught maybe by the Force Wall. The tower shots are pretty good, but the heals from this Alexstrasza are on point, even in Dragon Queen form with the splash heal from the auto attacks. Jaina dropping a Blizzard onto the fort, tanks a couple tower shots, healing circle down from Alexstrasza. The top lane fort will go down. Catapult and minion wave arriving through mid and bottom, but the top fort does get taken out, so at least some more structural alleviation, or at least wave pressure is alleviated here. Okay. Top lane keep front gate is opened up. I would have actually liked to see the disengage from this and go straight to bottom lane. You have the extra kills. I don't know if you really want to siege into the top lane keep front gate since the next Punisher's bottom. You could have taken down this fort and gone for the destruction of the keep front gate here. Now, you are going to eat some time in the rotation, but I still think it would have been doable to do both of those things, so that way you have possibility of pushing and making bottom lane a little bit more equal here. Ragnaros will save the keep. I thought the catapults would get enough damage with mini wave, but not going to be the case. Okay, here we go. Bottom lane objective is here. We'll see our Fallen Shaman on the left-hand side grabbed. Impaler Camp is going to be up soon, or is up and available on the left-hand side. Right side was actually just grabbed right there. Bottom lane as well. We've got even talents. We can take a look at some of the other stuff later on. Hammering in from Falstad. Skeletal Defender's going well for our right side team. A Shield Glare does come out. Jaina drops a Blizzard inside, gets the root on to this Muradin who's trying to back away. As a reminder, no Avatar for him. Falstad with the Wind Tunnel. Ragnaros may be caught out here. Goes for the Submerge. Heals up a bit from that. The Falling Sword from the Johanna with the Heaven's Fury, level 20. That's a good condemn. Johanna gets the kill onto Ariel. The Self-Fear Smash timed out once again with the Crystal Aegis, and unfortunately, Self-Fear Smash is just absolutely the most beautiful pickup against this Crystal Aegis moment, because there was one Crystal Aegis that denied the Self-Fear Smash kill, but after that, Ragnaros was like, alright, I'm just going to get the timing right on this, and I'll wait for the Crystal Aegis to expire, and that's when I put the target reticle on that hero. But, as I mentioned, we have a double kill coming through. Mid fort does go down, but top lane keep might fall to the Fallen Shaman. Falstad and Tyrael rotating to top, and it looks like, yes, Siege continues through bottom. Ragnaros left on the objective. This could be a game-winning push. I'll say it once more and leave it. Terrific shoutcasting. Oh, you don't have to stop complimenting me. I appreciate it. I'm never gonna say no to compliments like that. Thank you. Need you at a live esport event? I have been able to do one event in my entire career, and that was last summer in Germany. And that was because the TO wanted me there. Wind Tunnel from Falstad pushing the Jaina up against the wall right there. The Falling Sword from the Johanna coming through. Bring it back? Well, yeah. Heroes of the Storm LAN events are not too common, unfortunately. That's why I'm learning other games to cast, so that way I can possibly work other live events. Punisher on Core, Ragnaros Molten Core is going to be expiring. We do have the Cleansing Flame activated by the Alexstrasza. Blue Abyss tries to get to the backline and cannot find a kill. That is going to be Tyrael hitting one with his explosion, getting, I believe it was about 6 seconds off his death timer. Muradin's unable to Dwarf Toss away, will be taken down, and it is going to be Core falling. GG, well played. Ground up take map number 2 in this best 3 series. It was amazing. Dude, the zoo at in Berlin was so good. Yeah. I'd love to work more esports events, but it's difficult. That's the easiest way to put it. It's really difficult to work in esports in general. I worked my butt off to do CCL stuff, and, well, we all know where CCL ended up. work my butt off for HGC Open Division. We know where HGC ended up. Maybe I should just stop working in esports. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it's me. I can imagine sounds so now. Oh, thank you, Monk. I mean, it's years of practice. I have been casting Heroes of the Storm for 5 years. I've been practicing this almost every single day for 5 years. I've been full-time streaming for 4. And as I said, we're trying to learn other games so we can cast other games. I'd love to cast Predecessor. I'd love to cast Stormgate. I did do Stormgate casting, and it was well received. I've done StarCraft 2 casting, but kinda... The issue with some esports that have been around so long, like StarCraft, is pretty much the casters are set. There is some community casting you can do, but most of the time, it's like your big casters pretty much cover most of the stuff. Like, I couldn't get into ESL casting because there are too many English casters already. So that's why I'm like, early, get into Stormgate, get, you know, noticed by devs and stuff like that, and hopefully when they do the integrated tournaments, I can really take part in that. Fingers crossed.